Give our co-host a very big hand. That's what you're missing if you're not at the Pan-African Festo with Lloyd Parker and the emerging leaders in shape, and all of you who bust in from San Antonio and Austin, Texas. Give yourselves a big hand. I was telling someone by the name of Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, Reverend, all of you, I was telling someone, let me see if I've got any brothers and sisters out there that remember the Pan-African Festival in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Anybody? Oh, Lord, we the only ones that were there, brother. Any other hand? There's somebody. Well, I tell you, for 35 years, Brother Lloyd Parker in the Shape Community Center with my predecessor, Mickey Lee, and every time I see a big bush, I think of him, really created the synergism of revolution in Houston. And so I am delighted to come and honor now the torches being passed and shared between elders and the emerging leaders. But I also want to speak to the unselfishness of this event and Lloyd Parker, who truly speaks and pours into young people, into the vessel, the idea of unity and strength, and through that comes success. For it was only through his generosity and the generosity of our emerging leaders, only, that we were able to capture this park, to unveil the statue, creating history, and then embracing the Pan-African Festival. Now I know that we have forgotten our heritage. And I'm not going to slavery. I'm not going there where Clive and Bundy was going. I'm not going there. I'm going back to the continent. We were a people of the sun. The pigment of our skin was made so that we could tolerate it. We weren't made for slavery. We were just made for where we came from. So some of our friends have gotten a little amnesia. They see a little sun and they're running in the opposite direction. But I know that as it gets a little bit down to the evening, they'll come pouring out. We've just been on KCOH. When Lloyd speaks, I listen. We've just been on KCOH and we call them to come out. But let me say this, because we're going to end on a wonderful high note. First of all, I want to acknowledge and thank all the vendors, because that's an economic engine. Then I want to say that it is in fact true that I don't take as a burden the charge that SHAPE is committed to doing, and that is continuing the struggle. See, I don't get tired by a struggle, because I believe that if you're struggling, you're doing something. You're making a difference. You're creating something better for somebody. If you're running up struggling with your teachers or your administrators, and I talk about teachers, about your child, you're making progress because you're there struggling. If you're fighting because the unemployment situation is so dastardly, you're making progress. You're letting somebody know it's not acceptable. If you're fighting to raise the minimum wage, and there are those standing against you because they don't understand what a livable wage is, you're making progress. And that's what this Pan-African Festival, that's what we were connecting with Dr. King's legacy of extinguishing poverty, which he did not get to see his dream. And so the struggle should be invested in us, should it not? And for those of us who put all our stock because we were so successful so early, relatively speaking, in electing an African-American president, a president of color, who many don't know all the hidden things that he does, but all the hidden attacks that he has to face. We can't rest either place on his success or on his struggles. And so I wanted to come and walk among the vendors, walk amongst all of you, to make it very clear that we are connected through the ancestors with what SHAPE has done. And every time I pass down Live Oak or Albedo, I said, look at that. An institution that they have not been able to move. It is unbossed, thank you Shirley, and unbought. That is what SHAPE Community Center is all about. I pay tribute to Lloyd, and as I close, my brothers and sisters, I started by saying there's nothing wrong with struggle. We struggle long and hard for that statue and Memorial Plaza that we funded with federal funds that they didn't want to give us.
I'm going to say it again.
But I will say that there are many handprints on that statue.
Yeah.
I want those handprints to be of many people. Because when I spoke today, I said it's good to have one finger. But I like to have the fingers on the hand. All five. Because that's strength.
Yes.
And that's what SHAPE is all about. Not the ones, the I's. It is the we's and the owls. Houston, there's more to do. I don't say that Houston, we have a problem. I said we have an opportunity to struggle, but to succeed. I leave you with the legacy of my ancestors of the 18th Congressional District. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so very much for pioneering.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Mickey. Thank you so very much for sacrificing. Thank you, Craig Washington. Straight out where he lives for fighting. And I only hope that we will link arms together and then the ancestors carry them forward. Thank you, SHAPE. Thank you to the emerging leaders. Thank you to all of you who will be out there. Do what Deloitte has said. Do that Instagram. Do that YouTube. Do the texting. Get on the radio, because you're going to see some folk coming when the sun gets a little bit down. Is that all right?
That's all right.
God bless all of you. God bless our veterans in this weekend. And God bless the United States of America.